Hello, I'm Brigantia Blackbird of the Blackbird Grimoire. Welcome to the daily forecast for Sunday, July 22nd, 2024. Before we begin, I want to start with a bit of a disclaimer. It has been brought to my attention that sometimes my recordings have been having some sound and video issues. They are owing to some problems I'm having with my internet connection and with StreamYard, which is the program I use to record on. I did attempt to do my recordings on Canva, which is where I create the slides that you have every day. Unfortunately, that did not go well. So I ask for your patience and your forbearance as I just try to struggle through these technical issues. And thank you so much for doing so. But now on to the business at hand. It is the day of the sun, the day of the god. We have a full moon today. We are in the midst of Cancer season, the Celtic tree month of holly, woodpecker season, and the retrogrades for Saturn, Neptune, and Pluto. Now, let's talk about the full moon a little bit, because as you can see, this full moon has a plethora of names: blessing moon, buck moon, oak moon, hay moon, herb moon, horn moon, mead moon, summer moon, moon of claiming. There's a lot of different cultural influences that have gone in onto these names. And, what I would recommend to anyone, particularly anyone watching who might be starting out in their practice, look to the cultures you're taking your inspiration from, and also look to what's going on in the environment around you. If there is something that really stands out, perhaps some animals particularly active this time of year, or a plant is very prominent, or there's something going on in your community that just really encapsulates this mood, there's no reason why you can't refer to this full moon by a name that references that which is most local to you. That's how all of these other names came about to begin with. So, don't think that you cannot tailor things to your practice, because you can. Now, for a couple of correspondences that you might want to incorporate into your rituals, colors might be green, yellow, blue, gray, silver, turquoise. For plants, lemon, chamomile, hyssop. For the crystals, carnelian, malachite, onyx, ruby, sapphire, spinel, red tourmaline, turquoise, moonstone, opal, white agate. But the main thing is that are the themes associated with this particular moon: dream work, goals, the light, magic, purpose, strength. And also, you might take some time to meditate on what your next project is going to be once your current goals are accomplished, because we are entering the season of the harvest. And of course, what comes after the harvest season? It's the planting season. What happens next? And whether we're in corporeal or non-corporeal form, there's always a what next. What's next? What is the next thing on the docket? What is the next part of the cycle? So give your attention to that a little bit. Also, as we are about to discuss, we do have a change of sign in the midst of this full moon. So let's go in and look at the details of what's going on astrologically. To begin with, the sun, of course, is still in Cancer, a cardinal water sign representing intuition. And then we've got the moon movements. We begin the day in second quarter Capricorn, cardinal earth sign representing ambition. Then at 5:17 a.m. Central Time, that is the precise moment of the peak of the full moon. Now, I want to stress it is the peak, but it is not, you are not, if you did not get up at the crack of dawn in order to observe this full moon, please do not feel like you are behind the game. For one thing, in a lot of places at this time of year, at 5:17 a.m., it's getting pretty light outside. And while you certainly can do your full moon ritual during the day, I have done it. I have made the best of things. It does seem that there's always a little bit more of the proper spirit when we're able to conduct these things at night under the actual proper glow of the moon. So the main thing is to keep in mind the shift of moods between the signs. So we're beginning with Capricorn, and then at 6:26 a.m. Central Time, the moon goes void, of course, and then it will move at 6:43 a.m. Central Time into Aquarius. Now, Aquarius is fixed air, and it represents humanitarianism. There is a huge difference of mood between Capricorn and Aquarius. So if you need to make any adjustments to your moon ritual, either your approach or what you're going to be focusing on, this is just something to keep in mind that could inform your decisions. Next up, we have the planet Mercury. It is in Leo, fixed fire, representing ideals. Venus is in Leo, fixed fire, which means to be ardent. Mars is in Gemini, mutable air, which represents being pugnacious. Jupiter is in Gemini, mutable air, representing questing. Saturn is retrograding in Pisces, mutable water, meaning to redefine dreams. Uranus is in Taurus, fixed earth, representing renovation. Neptune is retrograding in Pisces, mutable water, Okay, let's see if we can do that again. Neptune is retrograding in Pisces, which is a mutable water sign, which represents spiritual awakenings, and Pluto is retrograding in Aquarius, fixed air, meaning to examine intentions. So for the Saturn retrograde, remember to reevaluate your goals, reconsider your commitments, and reclaim your authority. For the Neptune retrograde, reimagine your dreams, reclaim your sense of mystery, reclaim faith and magic. And for the Pluto retrograde, reclaim ability to regenerate, reconsider what deserves your attention, and release attachments that do not serve. So, for the full moon, we know that is the moment for transformation and manifestation. And a few grace notes for the Aquarius moon. The do's are socialize, group projects, seek wisdom, specifically seeking wisdom from other humans, not just going to video content or books, but having interaction and going back and forth with it. Some of the don'ts are blind idealism, predictable minds, and petty concerns. Aquarius is very big picture. It is about the vision. It's about the direction we are going, not the details. So not going to be a good day for successfully attending to details. That's all. It may be Sunday, but today's energy is going to be dominated by the full moon for obvious reasons. When it first reaches its peak, again, the moon will be in Capricorn, but it does swiftly change position into Aquarius. And again, just as a reminder, be aware of that in case you need to make tweaks to your ritual. Today's tarot is the Seven of Wands. Its keywords are valor, discussion, worldly strife, negotiation, war of trade, barter, competition, success. And remember, for the Suit of Wands, fire element, masculine energy, projective energy, drive. And for the number 7, think about illusions, but also breaking through those illusions. So if you thought that something might be easier than you thought it was going to be, if you thought it was going to be kind of smooth sailing, this would be your sign that to reconsider your preconception, and that things might require overcoming a few more challenges and obstacles than you previously accounted for. Now, you can do it, but it really helps going into it with the right mindset of saying, okay, I know there are these potential pitfalls. And if you can game plan out how you can, in broad ways, perhaps address some of those probable pitfalls, you're going to have a much easier time navigating your way through them. So just a word to the wise with that one. Today's Celtic Triad reads 3 things which cannot be obtained: poverty from alms, wealth from robbery, and wisdom from prosperity. So charity, when properly done, it is lightening the burdens and the hearts of those who are given, people who are being given to, but also those who are doing the giving, rather. Good Lord. Glass of water. Can't talk today. Life is very interesting. Moving on. And then with regards to robbery, any kind of material benefit from theft, it's going to be short-lived and it will ultimately cause pain. Even if someone gets away with it, as in, they are never subject to criminal prosecution and perhaps not even subject to criminal suspicion. Nevertheless, when we receive that which we do not earn and did nothing to properly acquire, that's not a benefit that's going to stay with us. And then another thing to consider today is that adversity is one of the parents of wisdom. One of the other parents of wisdom is making foolish mistakes. But the only way to gain wisdom is to realize what things were foolish for us to do, and also to learn how to overcome obstacles. These things are not curses for us, even if they do feel like the curses at the time. But the function that they serve is to make us better and to refine us. Now for today's magical intention, confidence. For this, we have the color orange, the rose plant, the rooster, and the carnelian crystal. Confidence attracts beneficial energy that makes our success more likely, but sometimes we do need a helping hand to jumpstart our confidence. But remember, we attract what we exude. So if we are exuding confidence, we're going to get a feedback loop from the universe in order to continue moving forward with that. But if we exude defeatism, we're going to attract more defeat, which reminds me of an irritating exchange I had on X this morning. Anyway, moving on. Some people never get it, but that's not those of us here. We know we have a more control over what energy we are permitting and inviting into our life. Now, on today's practice, it's Sunday, so honor a solar deity, work on your root chakra. What lesson have you learned from studying your sun sign? That's something to contemplate. You might write a prayer in honor of a solar deity today. It doesn't have to be a big fancy prayer. Just get into the habit of using your own words to express these things. And if you can, spend some time with family. It is Sunday after all. And for today's journal prompt, where do you go to find peace? What is it about that place that restores you? And can you create a similar vibe? So I think it'll be interesting to see what people make of that particular journal prompt. And be sure to let me know what you thought of today's forecast in general. Did anything stand out to you? And just let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. But I think that will do it for today. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.